Okay. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you, God. I'm listening to these perps. They use this childlike perps that's just so sad and pathetic. They're mentally disabled, I think. At this point, it's just almost to that level. I have a video that I can't wait to, like, I don't care putting filter or not. You gotta see how pathetic these trash are. It is the most, this teenage little pathetic human being that actually they try to body play at one point when she turns around to kind of perceive her butt area in certain ways, but it's so pathetic. It's nothing there. I mean, even what she has there, it's just nothing. Like, it's just like a little nothing to me. But they try to make me see her in a sexual way. But I love this purpose because for me, I put that in their face. I make them eat the obvious reality, and I make them deal with it all the time. Yesterday was so bad that they're now trying to, like, it got to the point where the gaslighting has elevated to another level, has reached another level. Yesterday there was like, Sunday or Saturday, there was like a woman who's like a 35-year-old, something like that, a mother or some sort. They would try to make me imagine her to be underage. I had my camera on too, and for some reason my body cam just didn't function at that point, and I'm sure maybe they had something to do with it. But as I tried to play the video, something was saying it was errored, right? And then they tried to gaslight me, and I'm like, just that's how it has gone to that level. And for me, because I know, first of all, my brain's being played with, and I can still see, even with the little manipulation they make me have to try to see these kids in a sexual way, with the behind in a certain way. It's just so pathetic. It's like, oh my gosh, look at this little pathetic. She could do nothing to me. Even when I see her in person, it's just... And the video can show that. And so they try to hold on to the way they can play my brain when she turns around to try to make me look at her butt this way, to try to make me accepting of that. I was like, you so pathetic. She would almost look like a mentally retarded human being. You can do your honking, all your gaslighting. It's done. I'll put that in their faces because this little kid is supposed to pretend like I'm being with her. This pathetic low life. These sirens, all of that is supposed to gaslight me. And I'm this prophet, this clairvoyant being that's just clearly saying, look how pathetic this thing is. Look how sad it is. She's, it's funny, they call me nothing. Talk about nothing. If you think this is something that's magical, you've made me something that even more grand than I was. You know how good it feels to see the level of patheticness. Like, you think, look at you. Like, what do you see when you see that? When you look at that, when you assess things, what you're assessing when you see this little pathetic kid? You think this shit can come near me and anything will happen? I will slap the life out of her if she ever tried to touch me, by the way. I have no problem putting that in their faces. Because they're going to frame me using these retards. And look at the future of these retards. There's some things. I'm already doing bad. My body's being destroyed. What do you think this little kid is going to be? You think she's not, at one point, even killing herself is not even something that's a far-fetched thing. The psyop failed. She couldn't even make herself believe we're doing it because we're avenging. I just saw today the last post of this woman called Megan. She is having serious vaginal pain because they're hitting her with this directed energy targeting the sexual body. As always, nothing new here. This is the shit they're involved in. This is the program they're involved in. They're retards trash. And they're like, oh yeah, I paid those. Like, trash, you fucking low life. You work for pedophiles, you dumb shit. And you torture babies. If you come near me, I'll send you back to your pedos in a different way. And look how sad you look like. And you have this quote unquote like sensible people thanking these retards. Yeah, these sensible people are here involved in the program that's killing these women and torturing them sexually. You dumb shit, you failed the psyop. By the way, we know who's your pedos. Yes, they decided that they were trying to mess with me too much, and I loved it because like, look at you, dumbass little kids. Look how pathetic they look. And the validation who I followed in 2014, it's like, look at her. Look why I would think that this person was an adult. Look at your retarded kids here. Look how pathetic that is. This weird little... I'm glad this kid is going to grow up to be retarded for life. She's never going to be normal, for sure. She was walking, make herself walk like this, knowing that I see her for the little retard that she is. But because they think that I'm going to identify with how they can play my brain. She disassociated with reality already as a kid completely. Even the reality, look at you, what you look like. I love that. Like now you proved that you can manipulate my brain. You're a bunch of retards and we know who's the top tier child porn traffickers and we know who's the pedophiles. Do you know how bad it was that you even tried to reconstruct a story like a Pornhub? Sending people who are mentally challenged tell you we proved it. It's like you proved you're just retards. And you proved that the technology that we talk about here changed human beings. And for me, what am I going to do if I see one of these mentally retarded individuals trying to stay in character, method acting? It's not going to be good. I'm telling you. It's not going to be good. Send your more mentally... There's children who are mentally disabled. And there's adult men who are like childish, almost on a mental disabled level. Or these ones are the worst. Like they are childish, like kids that are like... They're adults. But they have like even more childlike mentality. I call them the crash retards. They have no limits. Because if I saw this fucker try to crash out in this way, I'll crash out with him. Those are just the work. They have no care of how stupid things sound. They're just the loserness of human beings. They try, and I'm so thankful I didn't grow up like them. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I didn't find myself in this situation. I know what I'm going to go through is going to be horrible. They talk about bombing and all that, but this is what they do to target vigil. There's a level of honor in our sufferance. There is a dignity in our sufferance. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I know who I am for real. I know the real 100% me, and he's not perfect. It's just not that. But he's not perfect. I know my imperfection very well. I know what makes me be imperfect, and it's not these fucking retarded kids. This is just them just rewiring things. It's just the stupidity becomes now in my brain. It's like, no, you like them young and this and that, because I don't even want to say it because it's too so stupid. When I watch like adult content, right? Majority of adult stars are like in their 20s or not. Why not? So it's like, you see, you like them young. It's so stupid. Or even, I was watching something, adult content I used to watch when me, myself, was maybe a 20-year-old max. I was watching something that's old, that I watched it when I was 20 years old. They're like, you see, you like them young. And they have these perps that come in all shape or form with no fucking shame. The best perps here are the people who are like easily dissociating themselves with reality, that can recreate reality. And I have a few that's just magically on that stage on that level, on that spectrum. They can recreate reality in real life, like in a non-perp program participant perp, just life. So those are like the best at it. They'll show me how they can eat well. Like, look, did you have lunch and eat? I'm like, matter of fact, I think you should cut down on eating, by the way. Perhaps that could be a little bit of a problem in the future for you. But go ahead, do your thing. Eat the most food that you can. I would starve to death. They have no shame. But they love this because, like I just say, do your thing. They made me say this thing because somebody said it yesterday. And that's about control, and they love that. But they control me to have these experiences that degrading and then act like they're protecting kids. They're so disgusting. They're the type of people who burn something up and they're like, oh my gosh, something is on fire. Let's kind of... Nasty. But to see this real-time nobodies that you see, these kids, oh my gosh, and they're getting hyped, right? It's like they get like, oh my gosh, yes, you're just solving this. You're some retarded kids, humiliated by reality. I love that. I just want them to show themselves more. You gotta see the level of patheticness we're talking about. You gotta see how sad this thing is. You should see the coworkers that no longer like to be seen as much because they know there's women. You know, they were playing this game, right, where they wanted me to look at them as this avenger, like I keep saying. But there's been so much testimonials. I follow this woman called Ella, educated black woman. At one point reached some kind of pinnacle in regard of, like, you know, fashion person to look at for 2011 or something like that. Today her life is being destroyed. She's living life on a survival mode. She's accomplished way more than I ever. She's made money that I will never make. She's from New York City. That's the only reason why I bring that up. And I'm in New York City, and I was supposed to think that this is in New York, we're different, we don't do that to a woman, and this and the Jesus. And I'm working in this work environment where there's like a lot of diversity, and they want to, well, they enjoy participating in this, but wanted me to think that, you see, that we're diverse, so this is not, you know, this program's like, what? And they were trying to make me participate in this thing for Black History Month, and I was like, I will never participate. Not because I'm not trying to bring awareness to black people and the history in this country, but you involved in a program that's destroying so many black women and men. Why would I even try to let you live your fantasy? Never. You know what you get joined? This woman, this black woman, destroyed. Look at what you see. This is the definition of a strong black woman being successful in America. Look at her now. People think she's crazy, paranoid because she think they're gassing her. I can never let you leave. Look at this woman over there. Today's month, I think is it Women's Month? Look at what they do to this woman's vagina. Today she just posted something about, like, she's such in pain vaginally. Yeah, I'm gonna let you live that fantasy, you disgusting shit. Never. Send this fucking retard, this crash retard. They'll thank you for being able to negate the reality. Some loserness that don't know reality is gonna come to them the way it needs to come to them when it comes to them. In the meantime, pretend you're getting raped, because that's what these perps are doing here around here. These children are pretending they're getting raped. That's how they say. They tell me they're gonna frame me by having children act like they get raped or something. Some kind of interaction is happening with them. They know the only interaction that will happen if I saw them will not be a good one. It will not be anything good in a sexual, in any way, sexual, in any romantic way. I'll probably slap the crap out of them. It's like, go back to school, you fucking retard. Go to school, go live a life of honor and dignity, you trash ass. Growing up pretending to get raped, to look at your nasty shit, and you're the something, right? Sad fuck. That's your parents. You go talk to your parents. to hear parents try to be like, yeah, we're rats. It's like, oh, you're having your children pretend they're getting raped, you nasty, disgusting trash. I rather rat. I rather die in sewers. Can you imagine having children that you raise your children to pretend to get raped? I'm sorry, I think it's bad parenting. Fucking disgusting trash. This slow life are disgusting. They will see themselves for truly what they're involved in. If they enjoy the participating, that guy, all this benefit, enjoy all the benefit, but you're not gonna live your fantasy. If your parents are supporting your children to pretend to get raped, fuck, you're a disgusting person. But good for you. Watch your kids grow up. Then they have the audacity to make themselves angry. Be angry to yourself, you nasty fucking shit. Grown men, grown women letting their kids act like they're getting raped. Look how retarded they look like. I have no shame. I'll embarrass them. I'll show. Look at these retarded kids. You're lucky I didn't show the video of the mother that came behind her. Death comes to all of us. This slow life have no dignity. They do the foulest things, and this is life for them. It's not like a one-time thing. This is a lifestyle right now they're being living. Can you just imagine what the fuck can happen to them? The way they just try to gaslight me using whatever they can. Like, now that's proof, because it's like trash. Look at her. Look at your fucking retard. Do you understand the reality here? And now they just play my brain. They would try to mess with me because they were like doing this thing where they try to mess with me. It's like, no, but look, all the picture after you follow her, look, and you definitely, at that point, she looks definitely more like a teenager, and you know, things. But just to create this mental battle. And I remember in 2018, I went back to this foreign country, like I said, and I remember seeing the mother. Now I recognize it was the mother because I follow this adult woman now. And she traveled the world. She does so much fun, and she showed her family, what her family built and stuff like that. And so at that point, I'm following her. She's like in some kind of relationship with somebody in Atlanta. The guy is like, it's like, and I'm following her every day. She's an adult young woman, you know, doing her thing, and so I'm at this place, and I think the mother's there, and she looked at me, and at that point, I was a target visual. So they're like, oh, she do. It's like, what she do? I follow her on social media? That I know that she's in a relationship with this guy from Atlanta that has dreadlocks, that has a tattoo on his chest, that he went to this country, like, that she traveled to that place after? That's what she do? Retards. You understand, this trash, they leave this reality just disgusting because they are creating a false reality. It's part of how they try to break you down. What's happening today, as always, I don't have the pictures. Babies, little girls, kids, all a teenager, preteen, anybody who looks young, who potentially is a kid, who is a child of an infant, a toddler, a preteen, a 10-year-old, and that stimulation. All kinds of stimulation, manipulation, try to make me accept this. And some people, there was a thing about young people in Africa wants people to come to, like, there was like younger group of people. I don't know if they be like young adults or so, or like almost like something like that. Just nothing. There was boys and girls. Can't tell who is what. I'm thinking like maybe young adults. Nothing sexual, but they try to create sexual perception. Just manipulate my brain. Because they're just young. That's it. Like, no, you like them young. Disgusting trash. These people are just disgusting. And it's just, yeah, in my brain, they just try to create mental battles. If I don't take screenshot of something, they're gonna create mental battles. But I'd rather die in hell. These people love this thing because they can manipulate my brain. But they're gonna love it for what they can do. what this is really about, for the torture and the killing of this woman. The way they sexually torture. No, won't let that happen. This is Women's Month, so dedicate this video to all the women in this program being tortured in these foul ways. For the Megans, for the Marianas, for the Katrinas, for the Ellas, for all of these women dying, suffering, slowly dying in these terrible ways, used as guinea pigs. Sexual torture, psychological torture, physical torture, all the destruction. No. This slow life, I will die, will live life enjoying this, for enjoying the whole thing, not the fantasized reality. To all my target individuals, stay strong.